Is all right. Up till this point, everything you have measured, and if you took my Math 10 class, but I'm sure your other Math 10 teachers or your Math 11 teachers would have told you, everything you've measured has been in degrees, and your calculator mode when you're doing trig always had to be in degree mode. Do you remember being told that?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to change that.
No.
All right. So, for those of you going on to calculus, or if you're taking any other math classes, when you get to the higher maths, measuring in degrees isn't always feasible and or simple. So we use another unit of measurement called a radian. A rad is what we're going to call it. So we're going to develop that right here. And we use them so often you'll know the basic ones, but I'm going to list out the basic ones that you should remember. Okay? And they're not too hard to remember, but we're going to talk about how we actually get or define what a rad is. So, the bottom of the page. This is the definition of a radian. The measure of an angle in radians is the length of the arc forming the angle divided by the length of the radius, or the arc length divided by the radius. All that means is, if this is your angle, theta, it's this, which is the arc length, divided by this, which is the radius. That's all a rad is. It's basically a ratio of how far around the circle you've gone. That's it. Okay? I will never ask you this definition. In fact, we turn it into a formula later on, and you'll get the formula. Okay? But this is just where it comes from. All right? And you can see the longer the arc length, the further you go around, the bigger the angle. That's all it's really measuring. Okay? Because the radius is constant. All right? So, if we go to the next page. Okay. All right, we're going to test your knowledge of circle geometry here. What is one complete rotation of a circle? How many degrees? See, you're experts. 360 degrees. The arc length for one complete rotation is, i.e., what is the distance around the outside of a circle? What do you call it? You call it the circumference, right? The distance all the way around the outside of a circle is called the circumference. Does anybody remember the formula for circumference?
Pi diameter.
Nope. Yeah, okay. I don't like that one, though. That's area. 2 pi r. Pi diameter is right. Sorry, but we don't want that for this one because we want the r. All right? So this one complete rotation of a circle is 2 pi r, which is the circumference. C is equal to 2 pi r. You probably have seen that somewhere in your mathematical journey. All right. We know that a radian is the arc length divided by the radius. If we're talking about going all the way around, right, the arc length is the circumference, which is 2 pi r, divided by the radius, which is r. What happens to the r's? And you're left with 2 pi. So let's think about this. The measure in rads is 2 pi, because that's the ratio of the arc length over the radius for one complete rotation. We know that one complete rotation is how many degrees? 360 degrees. Therefore, 360 degrees is equal to 2 pi rads. You can say radians, but usually people just say rads. Okay? Off of this, we can do all the other ones. Because if 2 pi is 360 degrees, what's 180?
1 pi.
Just pi, right? It's half of it. Half of 360 is 180, or half Yeah, half of 360 is 180. Therefore, 180 has to be half of 2 pi, which is pi. Oh, I'll just say 180. So pi is equal to 180. Does that make sense? Yeah?
Why do we have to use Greek letter to talk? We have number.
What? All right, we're going to skip down to the bottom here. Off to the side here, we're going to write out what you should know. Degrees, rads. These are the common ones that you'll see a lot. So we'll start with 360. We know that's 2 pi. Correct?
Yeah.
We also know that 180 is pi. What's 90? Half pi or pi over 2? Is that okay?
Yeah. What is 9?
What's 45? It's half of pi over 2, which is pi over 4. What's 30 degrees? Pi over 6. Ask yourself, how many 30-degree angles are there in 180? 6, right? 6 times 3 is 18, or 6 times 30 is 180. And if 180 is pi, 30 is pi over 6. 180 divided by 6. What is 60 degrees? Pi over 3, because there's 3 30-degree or 3 60-degree angles in 180. All right, those are the basic ones, but there's others that we will use. So if I said 120 degrees, what is that in rads? Think of it this way. 120 is double 60, right?
Oh, 2 times.
And 60 is pi over 3. So 120 is 2 60-degree angles, or 2 pi over 3. What's 270?
This is 3 times 90.
So it's 3 pi over 2.
We should do 15.
We can do 15. What's 135?
Come on, guys.
Think about it. Okay, let's look at it this way. 135 ends in a 5, right? So we're talking about 45. How many 45-degree angles are in 135? 3 of them. Correct? And what's 45? Pi over 4, so it's 3 pi over 4. Look, the common ones that you need to remember are to here. Those ones. Everything else is a multiple of those, right? Well, they're all multiples of 360 if you want to think of it that way. What about, you want to do 15? Here's 15. I'm running out of room here. This is the last one. 15 degrees. 12? Just 12.
It's just 30 divided by 2.
It's 30 divided by 2. So pi over 6 divided by 2 is? Pi over 12. You can keep going, obviously. All right?
So it's a series.
Hmm?
Is it a series?
Pi over 12.
Is it a
Not
series?
12. What?
Is it a series?
You could turn, well, it depends on how you want to start dividing. You need a constant R value if you want to turn it into a geometric. There's a way to do that. But usually it's for the common ones, but there's a way to get there, which I'll show you right now. I'll tell you right now. So, what's, I don't know where to write it. What's 0 degrees? 0 rads. Okay.
Oh, wait. Or 2 pi.
No, that would be if I said the reference angle was 0.
Oh.
If I say 0 degrees, it's 0. 0 and 2 pi would be coterminal angles. All right. So we know pi is equal to 180. If you are converting from degrees to radians, okay, you multiply by pi over 180. If you're going the other way, you're going from rads to degrees, you multiply by 180 over pi. All right? We're going to practice that in the next page. You should know the ones in pink here. Those ones.
So what's the umbrella?
Sorry? What?
You cannot get it.
I don't even understand what you're saying.
Of course you cannot. Turn around. Turn around. Watch your back.
All right. Convert from degrees to rads. We've already done this, but 270. What's 270? It's a 3 pi over 2. It's 3 90-degree angles. 315 is a multiple of what angle? It's 45. How many 45-degree angles are there in 315? 7. All right. When they're nice and easy like that, they're going to be a multiple of 90, 45, 30, whatever all those things are. Okay. These ones are a little trickier. Convert the following from degrees to rads. 70 degrees. There's no nice, easy multiple that we know. So we have to multiply by pi over 180. So on your calculators, you will need a trig calculator for this unit. You need to have a scientific calculator with trig on it. Okay? Now, we don't need it for this, but we will need it later on. So when I say multiply by pi over 180, you literally hit the pi button on your calculator. Okay, 3.14159. So 70 times pi divided by 180. What is the answer? I want it in decimal. 1.2. Make sure you can get that. 70 times pi on your calculator, divide by 180 degrees. Or just say 180. Are we good? No. Okay. All right. 205. Tell me how many rads that is. You should get 3.6. You multiply by, if you're converting from degrees to rads, you multiply by pi over 180. No, I don't want. That's 3.6 is fine. No, I don't want to know. All right. Are we okay? You don't know? All right. Let's go with it then. All right, pi over 4, what is that? What's pi over? Seriously, you're using your calculators? 45 degrees, yes. You could have multiplied by 180 over pi if you really wanted to. I would think less of you, but that's okay. Negative 7 pi over 3. Just go like this. If you see the common ones, what's pi over 3? I know we just learned it, so you don't know them offhand yet. 60, right? I have 7 60-degree angles. What's 7 times 6? 42. So what 7 times 60 is 420, and it's a negative.
Oh, 420.
Every year. I should just change that question. Every year.
What do you mean?
All right. All right. Convert the following radians to degrees. 1.57 rads. I want it in degrees. So obviously, when it's decimals, it's hard to kind of know what the common ones are. So if you're going from rads to degrees, multiply by 180 over pi. 1.57 times 180, divide by pi. What is the answer? Point. It's 90. If you round to the nearest tenth, it should be 90. Because you get 89.9 times something. All right, what's negative 1.4 rads? Multiplied by 180 over pi. What do you get? 80? Negative 80. Are people okay with that? Eh? Eh? I don't know. Are you? Going once, going twice? All right. 2, is it 2 and 4 or 2, 3 and 4? I don't remember. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Those ones, please. And then we're going to finish this lesson as well. It's very short. Yeah, but they're not really big lessons. Did I not record this? There we go.